I'm UDAYSHANKAR. I'm the Chief Technology Officer of my own company, Urav Advanced Learning Systems Private Limited, and I'm 15 years old. So first of all, thank you to Prodigies International School for inviting me here to speak on this occasion. And yeah, so heal yourself to heal the world, my journey through the unknown, right? So this is about my journey and how I've achieved what I have and how really anyone can do the same. So this is one of my latest achievements. I was invited by the National Institute of Open Schooling to their 35th founding anniversary, and I was chosen as one of the 7 noted alumni to be felicitated by them at the event. So let's see how I got there, right? So right from a really young age, I was always interested in technology. So I think that's because of my dad. He's a dentist, but he's always been really into all things tech. So you can just see a picture of me here playing around with Geo Tesseract's upcoming device called the GeoGlass. So when I was around 2 or 3 years old, my dad, he took me to his clinic and he showed me what he does, right? And right then and there, I told him like, ew, this is gross. I don't want to do this stuff, right? But what I found in his office was a computer, and I was totally enamored by it. You can see the picture here. So, you know, that's the interest in technology I had. And so what he did was, when I was like 4 years old, he took me to Hong Kong Disneyland. I think everyone here knows what Disneyland is. It's an amazing place, tons of fun, but also filled with technology, right? So like there are theme park rides, they have animatronics, all of that. So that was an amazing experience. And he took me there on an Airbus A380. So to date, that's the largest aircraft, commercial passenger aircraft ever built. So that was amazing. So he also gave me a tablet around the same age, so you can see me there. So that was amazing too. And when I was around 9 years old, I was still in school, and during the summer vacation, my mom told me that she's an electronics engineer. She told me that I have to either go for swimming classes or robotics classes. So I chose robotics classes. And with the guidance from my mom and the teachers at Shushti Robotics in Kochi, I learned to build basic robots, circuits, programming and all that at the age of 9. The funny thing was when they were introducing soldering to me, you can see I'm just soldering a circuit there. They told me that I should wait some time till I'm 10 so that we can start soldering. But I persisted, and I learned soldering at the age of 9, and I was the youngest in the class to know soldering. Then what happened is I joined the RoboRave competition in around 2019, and I got selected for the main competition in the US for 2020, but then I think everyone here knows what happened that year, and it was cancelled. So you can see me there in my company livery with my team at the competition. And another thing that happened in 2020 was that me and my parents went on a vacation to Italy, France and the UK. And so what I did was, just for fun, I made a travel album just to, you know, document everything that we did there. And so that's the next part I want to get into, documentation. That's really important. And so you can just see me there. I'm just trying French cuisine in the pictures. And so what happened was, 2 years later in 2022, offline classes had started again in my school. So I went to my principal to show this travel album, and she asked me, okay, that's great, but how is this helpful to people, right? So then what I said is, like, in the past 2 years, I've been doing robotics and Python and Unity and all that, game development. But then she asked me again, like, how is this useful or helpful to people? So what I remembered was, during the vacation in the Louvre Museum in Paris, that's where they have the Mona Lisa, they had repurposed Nintendo DS consoles, which they used for indoor navigation, right? So it shows you the way to an art piece you want to see, and then also explains the history behind it. So I thought, why couldn't we use the same technology to help visually impaired people navigate indoor areas? So from that came a personal project called Third Eye for All, Indoor Navigation for the Visually Impaired with Real-Time Obstacle Detection. And luckily, during the same time, CBSE was holding their science exhibition. So through my school, I submitted it for the exhibition, and it got selected in the state level and went to the national level. And what also happened is we gave this for Kerala government's Young Innovators program, and it got selected for that and is going into the testing and deployment stage with the Kerala government. So all of this happened just because I decided to document my family's vacation, right? So documentation is really important. So another thing that happened was a group of blind Android users from around the world saw the project and invited me for an interview where they told me that it's really good that people like me are doing such things. And you know, all of this came from documentation. Another thing I do is whenever I get a new idea or I have a new project, I go to the Ernakulam Press Club and I hold a press conference and tell the world what I've done, right? So that's another important part. You have to always show what you have done, right? So that's really important there. So that's, you know, you have to show what you did, otherwise no one will know about it. So next part, entertainment, right? E for entertainment. That's really important because I have fun in whatever I am doing. I enjoy what I do. It's not like a job for me. It's really entertaining. So you can see some of the games that I've made here. I have games on the Meta Quest, on Android, on iOS, and even Geo's upcoming GeoGlass platform. They even invited me to Reliance Geopark, and you can see me standing in front of the Mumbai Indians logo. So that was really great. So I also hold workshops and classes in game development and Python, and the main thing that I teach there is that it's not just the end product that gives you the satisfaction, right? It's the whole process, the whole development process. That's really important. So you have fun while you are developing the app, and meanwhile you have learned stuff. So that's great, that's cool, and that's what I teach. So you can see my Python class that I took in my old school. So, you know, that's so great. And yeah, next part, design, right? D for design. So what I do is, all of this comes from my design philosophy. So all of this comes from what I think I feel, from what I think I am, and what I think it should be. So for example, one day I had called my grandma and she didn't pick up the call because she had some work to do. So I thought, with all the new AI things that have been coming out, why can't I make a version of my grandma on my phone who I can talk to whenever and wherever I want? So from that came Hi Friend, which is an AI-powered companion that's always there for you whenever and wherever you want. And you can talk to them in your own language, Hindi, Malayalam, Kannada, anything, right? So from that also came Study Buddy, which is an AI assistant that I've made for students, which helps in translating textbooks, explaining concepts, all of that in the local language. So HiFriend is bridging the emotional gap there is, and StudyBuddy is breaking language barriers in education, right? So that all came from my design philosophy that I had. Now, another thing is, when you are doing all this for fun, you can also make money out of it. So this is my app called HiMR on MetaQuest. We are getting early revenue from that. So, you know, who doesn't like money? So another thing that you should do is, of course, you have to show the world what you have done. And so these are just some of my certificates from IIT Kanpur, MIT, and all that. So you have to always show what you're doing. So what I say is do, show, and tell. So these are just some newspaper clippings of my projects and what I've done. So I think that's really important too. So now I'm also a member of IEEE Kerala, an associate member. I was able to join because of my company, and it's really important that I have a company because there's a lot of things that I can't do just because of my age, right? So I wouldn't have been able to work with Geo or do any of this if I was doing it as an individual. But because there's a company that represents me, I can do all of these things. So, and of course, IEEE is a great resource for engineers. You can meet industry experts and just connect with people in general. So that's a great resource. And now we come to the X, right? The unknown, right? So I've been telling you about my journey, my achievements, all of that. But all of that is underlined by the unknown. I can't really say much about it because who knows what it is. So like I am the person in the chariot there, and the unknown is the driver. And so I like what I'm doing. I design what I'm doing with what I think is needed now. And I just enjoy the ride and let the unknown take me wherever it takes me. So like, it's not like I planned that on this day, at this time, here, I'll have a TEDx talk, right? So that's just the journey that the unknown has taken me on. So, you know, that's really important. One of the unknowns that we have right now is AI. Well, it could be that it leads us to a future where no one has to do things they don't like, and the AI is just the omnipresent assistant that's there for everyone. But it could also be that it turns all humans into zombies, which it uses as batteries. Well, we never know. So that's the unknown, right? So yeah, that's the message that I have for you. When you enjoy what you're doing and you heal yourself in that process, you also touch other people through that and heal them. So even if you just heal one person, I think you have healed the world, right? So you can see the picture of two people there. Both of them enjoyed what they're doing, and I think we'd all agree that they have healed the world in some way or another. So that's my message, and thank you for listening to my technology, entertainment, design, and X talk.